We are live. Welcome back to Earle Sports Bets, and today we're going to be doing our fourth team for the MLB season previews. We've already done the Rays, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays. Now we are on to the Boston Red Sox, and we brought in Boston Red Sox fan Jose Bouquet. You can find him over on Pub Sports Radio. Does a lot of the behind-the-scenes works. Does Say Hey plays when it comes to MLB. That's a 5 o'clock show, right, during baseball season?
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah,
if I remember right, it was a 5. Yeah, he does a show for Post Sports Radio there for baseball as well. Yeah, how you doing, Jose?
I'm doing well. I just hopped off the golf course. My hands are a little blistered. I played like garbage, but I'm ready to talk Sox. I cannot wait.
Right.
I'm really excited to talk Red Sox. This is like my primer for the Red Sox too, even though I've been watching them and just languishing. But it's fun. I can't wait.
Oh yeah. So we'll get into it here. We'll be starting off as we have with the first three teams with additions and re-signings and then subtractions as well. For the Red Sox, they added relief pitcher Joely Rodriguez, another relief pitcher in Chris Martin, another relief pitcher in Kenley Jansen. They signed Japanese star Masataka Yoshida. There we go. I'm learning how to speak there. Nico Goodrum, a nice utility guy in Justin Turner. They re-signed Rafael Devers, Corey Kluber, Adam Duvall, Adalberto Mondesi. I know Mondesi, whatever. Richard Blyer and Yu Chang. Some of their subtractions here: Matt Barnes, Travis Shaw retired, Connor Siebold, Eric Hosmer, Jeter Downs, and of course Xander Bogaerts. And we'll have Jose start with this one here. What's your thoughts on their offseason moves here? For me, when I was typing up this list, the additions seemed a lot more than I remember them doing this offseason.
Yeah, it's funny because everyone just remembers losing Xander Bogaerts, of course, and it's still – I think about that at least once a day, but it's better than thinking about Mookie Betts twice a day.
Oh,
so I have to play it like that. And then obviously my biggest baby boy, Rafael Devers, re-signing was a big deal, all of that. Here's your fun fact about all these additions and re-signings. None of these guys, besides Yoshida and Duvall, are under 35.
Oof.
None of these guys. And Adam Duvall is 34. So
cutting it close.
Yeah, it's cutting it close. So I ultimately think this is going to be a better team than last year, and just on vibes alone, because the locker room and everything was just such a fucking mess last year with Xander Bogaerts' whole thing, and we were losing half the locker room, and everyone kind of knew that, so it was never going to blend and jive. So I'm excited for it. My guy Kike Hernandez and all the former Dodgers that the Red Sox have, which is so many Dodgers, so many former Dodgers on this team. So I'm kind of happy about that. They've got the vibes going. And like I said, I just think this is going to be a better team than last year, which is shocking to say. And I'm excited because last year, their biggest weakness was their bullpen. I wanted to stab myself with forks every time a new relief pitcher come out to pitch. And now there's only one relief pitcher that I can't stand on this team. So maybe it's just a new year.
I wonder who it is.
Well, Kenley I'm fine with so far. I'm all aboard the Kenley Jansen train now. I talked shit about him frequently when he was on the Braves and last year with the Dodgers. But now I'm like, all right, maybe, why not? He pitched today. He had a 1-2-3 inning, and the pitch clock didn't seem to be an issue. So, and the Red Sox haven't had a good closer in a while. So I'm all aboard the Kenley Jansen train.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, looking at it for me here, I like the bullpen additions. I remember Joely Rodriguez was pretty good for the Mets last year. Chris Martin's going to be a decent setup man in the back of that bullpen for Kenley Jansen. Jansen, I know if you ever bet on full games with Kenley Jansen coming into the ninth, definitely puts a little extra bumps in your chest because it's never easy for him. It's always runners on, and he gets that clutch strikeout with or something. I mean, it's always something with Kenley Jansen. I'm interested to see what Yoshida does because he had pretty good numbers over in the Japanese leagues. Let's see if that translates into MLB success. I think one of the more underrated additions here, a couple of them, Mondesi gives a nice speed and base stealing, especially with the way the pitch clocks is working and the way the rules are changing for baseball. That's lending itself more to stolen bases. Mondesi is a great player to have. Uh, and I kind of like the Justin Turner addition. I know he's probably just a role player, but he was a really good role player for the Dodgers for many years after being used incorrectly by the New York Mets. So I do like that addition a little bit there. Obviously, the big one, Rafael Devers, you needed to resign somebody big, so they got him back. Overall, I do like some of these additions, and I think they can make this Red Sox team a little bit sneaky. Over to the subtractions, the only one that really sticks out to me is Bogarts. I mean, Jeter Downs was very.
He was a legend. What are you talking about?
Get all the guys that they traded for Mookie Betts, get them off the squad. Besides Alex Verdugo, I love him. That's just one of those things. Like you can't be on the Red Sox be the guy that they traded for Mookie Betts, 1, and 2, have the first name Jeter on the squad. That was just never going to work. That guy's fucking overrated as hell anyway. So.
Yeah, and then the other guys, I mean, Connor Siebold, Matt Barnes is probably the only one. I mean, that bullpen probably, but you got Kenley Jansen and Martin to replace him. So overall,
I just love Matt Barnes. I just love Matt Barnes with all my heart. You know, he's been on the Red Sox forever. Now he's going to be on the Marlins. That'll be very interesting, and he's going to close for the Marlins.
I like that I like that for their bullpen.
I assume he's going to close for the Marlins. I mean,
who is?
Yeah, he did in fact give up a home run in his first spring training debut, but whatever. I believe in Chaim Bloom, and you nailed the nail on the fucking hammer with all that shit with Justin Turner. I think he is probably going to be the most influential of all these guys, and not even just on the field, just off the field, like just talking to dudes, being a leader, because. Like the Red Sox, the theme of this spring training is who are the leaders? Who are the leaders? Who are the leaders? Because we've got fucking weirdos like Tristan Casas in the bullpen or in the clubhouse now just being weird. And he even said, like, he's like, oh, I'm just looking for someone to lead. I fucking love Tristan Casas with all my heart. I might paint my nails red for the season just like he is. But, you know, it's just one of those things that I really hope Justin Turner comes through. And my last note, Masataka Yoshida. Oh, and by the way, it's Adalberto Mondesi. It's Adalberto Mondesi. I love you. Just telling you that now. But Yoshida, I talked to. You see my background, World Baseball Classic.
Oh, yeah.
In that kind of mode right now. I talked to a guy that is based in Japan. He just follows the MPB and all that stuff. Yoshida is. I wouldn't say he's at the very least one of the top 3 best hitters in Japanese baseball history over there, like in MPB history. Okay. Like he's one of the 3 best. And what I've seen, so it was 5 at-bats, obviously 5 at-bats in spring training, but I've liked everything I've seen. And the whole thing, his thing was like, he's defensively not that great, but he's fine. You know, I fucking had Darren Duran last year, can't even look at a fly ball. I mean, if Yoshida's problem, he can't throw out a runner, I'm okay with that. Just catch the ball. And by the way, Darren Duran, he might be back. Who knows?
Yeah. That's somebody I have to look at more. Yoshida. I don't know too much about him there. But Tim, what's your thoughts on the addition, the re-signings, and the subtractions here for the Red Sox?
Oh, I think they suck. No, I'm kidding. I know we'll tag on it first, so that will end up moving on. Losing Bogarts does hurt, but I feel like they picked up enough pieces to kind of make up for it. This bullpen. If you get Joel Rodriguez, Martin, and Jansen. I mean, I loved when Jansen was on the Braves. Giving up all those late inning home runs, that was just fantastic. Never mind. But I think
leader in saves last year. That's what he was.
Hey, he gets the job done then. I think that bullpen's they did a little bit of a good job to kind of build that back up. Same deal with Yoshida. I want to see what he does. It's the same deal when I'm looking at the new guy for the Mets,
Senga.
I'm interested to see how going from the Japanese league to the MLB will treat him. We'll see how that one goes. I love the Justin Turner pickup. I loved him on the Mets, even though he obviously wasn't used right. He's such a good piece to have. Always a nice bat. Resigning Devers was probably their best thing that they did during the offseason. They had to resign somebody after kind of getting rid of everybody. So
yeah, no, I wouldn't be
Devers,
on this earth right now if he wasn't re-signed. That's the issue. So
Devers got resigned due to default. So
I'm
yeah,
okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Kluber,
We can talk about the starting rotation here. I mean, that's the
we
talk
will
about
get
the
into
starting
that.
rotation.
Yeah, we
100%.
definitely will get into that.
I don't know. Will this team be sneaky? I think this could be definitely like an over team. You could bet a bunch of overs with them. Team total overs. I think they'll have enough pop to be able to put up some runs. It's whether or not their pitching will be able to keep up, and that's the big story with this one. But addition subtractions, I think they did all right.
All right, we'll move into the next one here. We touch a little bit on these. I don't follow this super in depth. This is also this is a nice little segment for me to try to learn who these prospects are as well. And when we look at the farm system rankings and their top prospects here, they are ranked number 11th in the MLB according to 1,500 prospects, and they have 4 in the top 100 for top prospects according to MLB.com. Marcelo Meyer. Who's a shortstop. He's the number 9 prospect in baseball. He's expected next year. They have 2 expected this year, and that is Tristan Casas, which I believe he's projected in the starting lineup this year.
Yep.
And then Rafaela, who's an outfield shortstop prospect. He's also projected to join the club this year, outfield shortstop. And then they have Miguel Blaze, which is the number 93 prospect, who's not due for another 3 years. So it'll be a while before we see the number 93 prospect here. I don't know too much about these guys. This is just allowing me to get familiar with the names of the prospects. Jose, do you know any of these prospects, and what should we expect from potentially some of them coming up?
Yeah, these are all my baby boys. I love all these are all my babyest boys, as you guys know. I have there's rankings for these. There's my prime baby boy, which is obviously Rafael Devers. And these are just my baby boys in waiting. So I love all of them. Marcelo Meyer is the reason why Xander Bogart is not on this team. Just plain and simply.
Yeah.
So he was the 3rd pick, I believe they had it. I don't remember exactly now. It was the lighter draft. And the Red Sox were just like baffled that he fell to him. So I'm excited for him. He won't be up this year. He'll probably be up next year. Like the end of it, and then like the year after that will probably be his like full season in here. But this list is like just Tristan Casas. He's going to be our starting first baseman this year. He's big as fuck. He's extremely patient, but he's a weirdo. He's an absolute weirdo. I told you guys that he has his nails painted red, and I might be painting my nails red this year. I don't know. I might just in solidarity, because of course the Boston media just like immediately was like, "This fucking guy's weird. He's painting his nails red. I can't. My starting first baseman can't have his nails painted red." He takes naps in the middle of the clubhouse. He sunbathes before games.
So he's the next Zach Greinke.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. And the Red Sox were already like, "Yo,
maybe he just misunderstood."
He can like there's some stuff where like he was like again like literally napping in the middle of the clubhouse, and the Red Sox. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Fenway Park, old as fuck. So the clubhouses are really small. So the guys were like, "You know what, Tristan? How about you go nap in the nap room?" So we're still curving out his weirdness a little bit, but he's gonna be the first baseman every day. I love him to death. I cannot wait to watch him. And then Rafaela, I would be a little surprised if Rafaela, he'd probably be the late season call up this year. We'll see how that goes. He's going to be good. And then Miguel Blaze, everyone when we're talking about Miguel Blaze, people use the M word when we talk about it. He's Mookie-esque, and I'm like, all right, okay, let's calm down. But Rafaela actually swings kind of the same way stance wise too, which is interesting as well. And I'll give you 2 more extra ones or 3 more extra ones pitching wise. Brian Mata, supposed to be a pretty good starting pitcher. I don't know if we'll probably see him this year as well. Maybe as in the relief role. I doubt he comes up unless there's injuries, which again, we'll talk about that starting rotation. So we'll see about that. And then there's 2 good lefties as well, Brandon Walter and Chris Murphy, that I have very much enjoyed watching in spring training. they'll probably just dominate Worcester. But I hope they do come up this year because Heim Bloom, man, he fucking knows how to work a farm system. And one more because I know a guy that knows him, Emmanuel Valdez, the second baseman they got for Christian Vasquez last year from the Astros. I would not be surprised at all if he was on maybe not the opening day roster, but in the roster like month or two from now. He's fucking good. And the Red Sox obviously have Christian Arroyo at second base, and it's been kind of fluky injuries, yeah, but he gets injured a couple times, so we'll see if he comes up as well. The prospects are the only thing I have on this team. Like I'm hoarding prospects right now. I'm just because the Red Sox have said themselves, like, we are all in on these prospects. Like, we're waiting for these prospects to come up. And that's when the Red Sox will start moving and shaking. So this is the epitome of a bridge year.
Yep. Which kind of has me looking up a certain future when we get to it that I'll probably look to bet for the Red Sox here. But anything you have on the prospects, I don't know, you don't look too much into them.
No, I think Jose did a good job. I honestly, that's one thing I do need to start paying attention to is the prospects, but I don't have anything on these guys.
All right,
Jose did a good job. We're good.
Yep. Then we'll move into the projected lineup here according to Fangraphs for the Red Sox for this upcoming season. The lineup: Tristan Casas is their projected leadoff hitter. Rafael Devers, Justin Turner, Yoshida, Verdugo, Hernandez, Duvall, McGuire, and Arroyo is their starting lineup here. Could be an interesting rotation here. Chris Sale, Corey Kluber, Nick Pivetta, Tanner Houck, and Cutter Crawford. And then their bullpen: Winkowski, Ort, Blyer, Brazier, Rodriguez, Schreiber, Martin, and Jansen. Looking at this team, for me, the first thing I notice is this is going to be an over baseball team. I have a feeling that top of the lineup, I think, can produce some runs. So this is, I think, a team where we see them as underdogs. We can get their team total over 3.5. Things along those lines, depending on what we get from Casas here. But Devers and Turner, Yoshida, if Yoshida is as good as he's hyped up to be, Verdugo, Hernandez, that's a strong middle of the lineup here for the Red Sox. That kind of makes them interesting and make me feel like they're live underdogs in games sometimes. Maybe first fives take them because still that bullpen, we got to see what they're going to do. I like the back end of that bullpen. I think Martin's going to be decent in the back end with Jansen there. That rotation for me, I think, is kind of interesting. They need a healthy Chris Sale this year if they want to.
I pray for it every fucking day, man.
And that's just one guy. I feel like he's the American League Jacob deGrom. Oh, Jacob deGrom's in the American League now, but he's this top guy that when he's healthy, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. But he's never fucking healthy. That's the problem.
It's just been so fluky. It's all just been such like bullshit injuries. Like first one. It's COVID. He's throwing at Florida Gulf Coast. He feels something off on his ribs, but he can't go into the fucking team facilities because it's COVID. So he just keeps pitching through it, and he fucking hurts himself that way. Then he fucking gets stung in the finger by a comebacker against the Yankees, which oh God, I was so sick. And then who fucking knows? I still kind of don't believe this, but he falls off a fucking bike.
I remember that. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, and I don't know if I 100% believe that either. I'll be honest. The Red Sox are a noted lying to their fan base franchise.
It feels like that situation when they're making up the excuse that when Cespedes, quote unquote, fell off a horse when he was with the Mets. Like, really? That's how he got hurt?
I don't know. So, and he said, and he obviously backed it up too. He's like, yeah, I ride my bike and I fell off. I don't know. But whatever. He broke his wrist. So it's all just been so fluky, and it's just been annoying.
Well, let's hope he can be healthy here because I think this rotation, Corey Kluber, this rotation would look a lot better 5 years ago with Pivetta, Kluber, and Sale.
Yeah.
And then the big question marks are going to be Tanner Houck and Cutter Crawford. They had their moments last year, both of them. So they had that possibility where they can step it up. It's just we need to see them do it more. They were very inconsistent. So overall, I think this is a team that's going to be able to score some runs, and their bullpen might give up some runs. So maybe if you're looking at them, maybe taking them first five rather than full game. I think until the bullpen proves it, and then team total over full game overs kind of is what I'm looking at with this team. Tim, what's your thoughts with this team?
Their offense should be there. They should be a fun team to watch because you're going to get a bunch of 8-7 games with these teams. And it's good. And I know Jose is going to end up ripping out his eyeballs every time the bullpen comes out and just blows leads. But this is a team they got power. I like Devers. Obviously, we talked about Turner and Yoshida. Verdugo's solid. Enrique Hernandez is always good. Bottom of the lineup is going to be where they need to. That's my.
Duvall's got some pop too.
Duvall's got some pop, but yeah. That bottom three is just not it. But I think that they could be solid on the top 6, and maybe that's enough for them to get some wins across. But the lineup, I like it. The rotation, I don't like the rotation.
And I'll tell you, this lineup, and by the way, Fangraphs did a horrible job projecting these. Just a horrible job. First of all, Tristan Casas, a rookie, is not going to hit leadoff. I'm sorry. I love that idea, but Alex Cora will never do that. Kike and Tristan Casas are going to flip. Adam Duvall is probably going to hit higher. And I think, and the only thing to do have right here is Devers and Masataka hitting 2 and 4. I mean, that'll be fun to watch because he splits it. But Kike is going to be the leadoff guy, and Casas is going to flip. And another thing here, the Red Sox main issue last year, besides just being shit bum pitchers, they could not hit the long ball. 0 people in this lineup hit over 30 home runs last year. Devers hit 27. That was the most we had last year. I need Adam Duvall to give me some thump, and I hope that they play him in not center field, really, because the manager of the Braves, whose name escapes me, Snicker, he even said, he started playing a lot better, started hitting a lot better when he didn't have to focus on center field defense. I mean, he's a Gold Glove center fielder. And again, the Red Sox center field last year was the whole outfield defense is just disaster. But I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited for the lineup. And as for the starting rotation, again, just a horrible job by Fangraphs here again. Tanner Houck is going to be a relief pitcher. I am very certain of that because they never let him see a lineup twice, essentially. So he's going to be Andrew Miller 2.0 ideally. And another good thing that Fangraphs did here. There's three starting pitchers already out for the Red Sox here. Brian Bayo, forearm thing, whatever. They're taking it slow with him. He's the best pitcher on this squad. Chris Sale included. He is going to be incredible. So when Brian Bayo hopefully comes up this year, he's the guy absolutely bet on. Brian Bayo and Garrett Whitlock, who a big controversy with Garrett Whitlock. I personally would have him in the bullpen, but the Red Sox are very analytical, and they say the most innings, the most outs we can get from him, we'll take it. So he's going to be a starter this year, but his back's fucked up or something like that. So we'll see. I just there's no way Tanner Houck starts and I'll be shocked. So Nick Pivetta had a horrible start to spring training today. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he also was not in the starting rotation, especially by the end of the year. He's going to be a bullpen arm as well. So the starting rotation right now looks like shit, but I just think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get better. And again, I pray to God every single fucking day for Sale's health. Just please stay healthy. And the last name I'll mention here, James Paxton.
Yep.
I don't know. He's a good lefty. He was throwing hard. He's throwing, apparently, according to sources, he was throwing like 94, 95 in spring training, and everyone got excited. And, of course, his first spring training outing, pulled hamstring, tweak hamstring. Thankfully, it's only grade 1, so it's not that bad. But obviously, he's probably going to miss the start of opening day. So I'll give you my last tidbit here. Red Sox opening day, especially if Chris Sale's starting, no matter who they're playing. I think they play the Orioles. I'm not 100% sure on that though. Bet on. It's Chris Sale's birthday on opening day.
Oh, gotcha. Also, one name you're going to see in this lineup that is probably not for a couple months because he's on the 60-day IL. Trevor Story.
I don't. He doesn't exist. That guy does not exist in my head. Fucking the most frustrating Boston Red Sox. Trevor Story. He is not playing this year. I'll tell you guys this now. Breaking news. He's going to keep saying, "Oh, if everything goes great, we're going in the second half." He's not playing this year. No fucking shot. And he's not a shortstop anymore. The Red Sox, and like I think everyone in baseball knew that Trevor Story had a bad elbow or shoulder. We all knew that for like 2 years. Like, why is his arm velocity decreasing so much year to year? And then this year they're like, "Oh, you're our starting shortstop now, Trevor Story." When literally everyone knew this guy cannot throw across the diamond. And then obviously his elbow gets fucking hurt, and the most unsurprising thing ever. So,
all right, now we'll get into the fun part here. What we end the show on here is how are we going to make money on this baseball team in the futures market? Now, originally coming into this stream, I have really no intentions on betting any of these things. Team wins, playoffs, East, pennant, World Series. I have no interest in the bottom three. I've already given out who I think is going to win or who I'm betting to win the American League East, and that's the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm getting them. I'm going to take them anywhere. I believe they're anywhere from 325 to 375. I think that there is value on them. I think the only thing I would plan on if I want to bet anything with the Red Sox here is I think they are a 500 baseball team. I think that they are an 80-win baseball team, and they can squeak over the 78.5 number. I've heard so many people just completely shit on this team and look like they're trying to spam the under for this squad. I have a feeling this team wins 79, 80 baseball games. Like that's the type of, and I think this team finishes fourth in the American League East. I think I don't see this team finishing last. I could see this team being a little bit more sneaky than people think. Also, you got to keep in mind is they don't have to play the Yankees 19 times this year. They don't have to play the Rays.
Hold on. Don't say that about the Yankees. Say that about the Blue Jays, please.
Or the Blue Jays or the Rays. They don't have to play their division rivals 19 times this season because
we own the Yankees. We play the Yankees 20 times. We'll beat them 10. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So they don't have to play against their division as much. So I can see this team squeaking over this total. I can see the American League East going at least 4 teams going over their total. Like I can see potentially with that. So I wouldn't take if I would take any type of shot here, it would be over 78.5 wins. One thing that when we were talking about it, that kind of I had circled that because once we started talking about them, that I would look at probably a player future for this team. And the one I was looking at here is plus it's 10-1. And that's for Tristan Casas to win Rookie of the Year. I think that could be an interesting look here. He's going to be an everyday starter, and he's going to be hitting towards the top of the lineup. So if that's the case, he's going to get a lot of at-bats. If he can produce offensively, I think he's worth a shot here at 10-1 to win Rookie of the Year. If I'm looking to try to make any type of futurist bets with the Red Sox here. So that's kind of where I'm looking. I have a slight lean towards the over 78.5. Obviously, when it comes to the make the playoffs or not to make the playoffs, judging on the price alone, it's yes or nothing. Because I've been saying that with the other squads that are minus 500 to make it. And I'm like, oh, it's no or nothing. Because personally, I could probably speak for Tim as well. I'm not laying minus 400 on anything.
Shaq's not here, huh? Fuck.
Yeah, there's no Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah, yeah, no, but I don't lay that type of juice. So it'd just be a lean towards the over wins for me. And then if I had to bet the playoffs, it would have to be a yes because I don't lay $4 on anything. We'll go to Tim next, and then we'll conclude the show on with Jose on how he's going to attack the futures. But Tim, what's your thoughts on this Red Sox team futures wise?
All right, so we're going to take them to win the East, win the AL, win the World Series. Mm-hmm. Now that I got Jose all hyped up, I don't think they're going to get this year. I think that total is probably pretty dead on. I think they win about 76 to 79 games. I think they'll be in it in the beginning, and I think they'll end up probably trying to trade away some pieces towards the trade deadline to get more prospects. to build that up more. But no, I'm not super high on the Red Sox this year. I think they'll be, if you're gonna bet on them, they'll be good to maybe first fives and overs. But this is not a team that I'm gonna bet to go anywhere.
All right, Jose, where are you looking at? Are you looking at wins here? Are we looking at
okay? Yeah, I realize my when I start talking, I talk for just like fucking 10 minutes straight. So yeah, it's very interesting. I think you're on the right path for the rookie of the year. I think that you're on the wrong rookie though. And it's funny because
yes.
It's funny because baseball, we could have fucking 40-year-old rookies. Masataka Yoshida. I think I don't have rookie of the year prices actually. I was looking at our friends on Bet Online. Shout out to them.
I do have them.
Okay, beautiful. What is
Yoshida's 4-1.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then, I guess, huh?
The favorite's Gunnar Henderson at 225.
No Gunnar.
Yeah. Who?
Gunnar.
Oh, ugh. Whatever. He's cool, I guess. Yeah, I think it's a loaded rookie of the year class, but yeah, that's gonna be fun.
It is.
So I don't know. It's tough because I agree with you guys. This is a 500 ball club. But it's the Red Sox fan in me just barking in the back of my head. What if Chris Sale stays healthy? What if Corey Kluber stays healthy? Garrett Whitlock was a great starting pitcher, and the Red Sox kind of yanked him around last year. Now that obviously he's hurt a little bit right now, but now that he's setting up to just be a starting pitcher, how good is he going to be? The bullpen, I think, is the strongest part of this team. I really do. I'm genuinely excited to watch this bullpen. Chaim Bloom, Tampa Bay Rays, everyone knows, like that's their thing. Like he was supposed to build up the Rays bullpen, et cetera, et cetera. So I sit here and I'm like, am I really going to do this again? Because obviously I bet the Red Sox to win the World Series and win the AL East every single year.
Hell yeah.
I do it every year. No, I every year.
Of course. I do the same thing with the Mets every year.
If they're going to win the World Series, I'm going to make money on them.
Yeah.
And the thing that pisses me off, too, I didn't do that with the Bruins this year. I talked to our mutual friend.
Jimmy the Bag talked you off of them.
Yeah. I told him on the show, I was like, yeah, I love the Bruins this year. You told me David Krejci, and then they're a fucking juggernaut, and I've got to bet them 4-1 instead of whatever it was preseason. And of course, I'm betting it still. I just want to sweat, but yeah, I mean, it's the issue is that the AL East is just so fucking tough, man.
It is.
It's the best division in baseball, top to bottom. Get the NL West out of my face.
It's the East division's really.
It's just so tough. Oh yeah, the NL East too is also really good. I forgot they've got a top 3, but there's the bottom feeders in the NL East is just shit bags.
Yeah.
The issue is I like the Rays a lot this year too. That's why I perked up when you said you're going to bet the Rays. I was like, okay. I mean, I really like the Rays too. Obviously, Glass now already being hurt makes me want to kill myself. But and it's really tough. And the time where I'm going to be betting the Red Sox a lot is against anyone that's not in the AL East.
Yes.
Because the issue is obviously the AL East teams, they see each other so many times. They're so used to each other. For example, like the Minnesota Twins and the Yankees. The Twins just fucking fold every time against the Yankees. It's the pinstripes, whatever. Obviously, the Red Sox don't care about that. Like, and the Orioles against the Red Sox, big market club against small market club. The Orioles don't give a fuck.
They don't.
The Orioles have beaten the Red Sox, and it doesn't matter. And the Orioles were a fun story last year. I'm getting back to my Oriole hating roots. I fucking can't stand the Orioles.
I'll spoiler alert for tomorrow's show for the Orioles. I'm taking their season win total under 77.5. I think they finished last place in this division.
They didn't do shit. They look at
they didn't. They didn't need to. We'll talk about tomorrow. I'm sorry, and this is the Mets fan coming at me as well. When your biggest addition of the offseason is James fucking McCann, you didn't do shit.
James McCann. That was the best trade of the Mets offseason right there.
Oh yeah, that was Tim and I were celebrating that one.
No, I just can't get behind. The issue is here, I'm high on the Rays.
Yes.
I'm high on the Blue Jays.
Yankees.
And I think, I don't want to say this too loud. I think this is probably one of the better Yankees teams they've had in the last couple of years.
Oh, I feel that as a Mets fan, I had to talk about the Yankees positively for 40 minutes. The first episode we did.
Oh yeah, I threw up afterwards.
It makes me fucking sick.
Yes.
Sick. However,
but the Yankees are going to make us money this year.
However, thank God they're incompetent and they have Aaron Boone as their fucking manager. So thank God I can hold on to that. And whenever he just keeps lining up Josh Donaldson and IKF, I can just hold on to that. But the Red Sox here, I just think they're bet on against any other team, any other division. Do not bet against them or bet on them against the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have smacked the Red Sox up and down this division the last 3 years, it seems like. The Yankees are fine with. And Nick Pivetta specifically here. Nick Pivetta had a historically bad season last year against the AL East. It was like one of the top 5 worst seasons a pitcher has had ever in the entire history of baseball of pitchers in the AL East. One of the worst records against the American League East. So he's obviously focused on that, et cetera, et cetera. But he looked like shit today. And if he's a starting pitcher for this Red Sox team, I would not be surprised if I bet against him this year on those moments. So it's going to be fun to watch this Red Sox team. It's not going to be as frustrating as it was last year. If I had to pick, gun to my head, I think this is like an 81, 82 win ball club. Just solid 500. So I'll take an over here. And just my last little note here as well is, shockingly enough, Jimmy the Bag also likes the Red Sox this year.
I saw that with his with their season preview show.
I couldn't believe it. He told me, I was like, "What? Really?" I was like, "Okay." And he's down on the Yankees this year, and
yes,
obviously, I'm a fucking dumbass Red Sox fan, and I was initially down on this team, but they just slowly
start to look at this team, and we'll start to notice they're not as bad as we think they are.
Yeah, and I cannot emphasize the vibes enough. People know me, and they know how I cap. I'm a fucking weirdo. Vibes matter to me, et cetera, et cetera. It is just so much better to be on a baseball team that when the people go to work, they actually like each other. It's just shocking to say it, and they're not just pissed off constantly. Xander Bogaerts, Nathan Eovaldi, JD Martinez all had shit down their pants the whole year last year because management wouldn't give them money. And, respectfully so for some cases, But at the end of the day, their shittiness just kind of wore off on everyone else, Nathan Eovaldi, kind of a dick, I guess. I love Nathan to death. He's literally my favorite Red Sox pitcher in the last 5 years since John Lester, probably. It's just, I cannot emphasize how important the vibes are with this team. And the fact that their vibes are just a little bit better, or I should say a lot better compared to last year, is just so big. So I think this team early is going to be very interesting. They're undefeated in spring training so far, guys. Undefeated baseball team. So
yeah, it should be an interesting thing. We do have some chats here saying Supness. I'm assuming, Jose loves LeBron.
Yeah, I can't fucking stand that guy. I can't fucking stand him or the Lakers. Shout to Equinemius.
Yeah, and then it's only preseason, but the Red Sox have been surprising so far. Yeah, Bruins are absolutely insane this year. Love the Red Sox, but fuck Nick Pivetta.
I feel that way sometimes too. But Nick Pivetta, one of my favorite strikeouts in recent Red Sox history was Nick Pivetta bending in a curveball to freeze Juan Soto against the Nationals in game 162 to make the playoffs in the 2019 season when the Red Sox almost won the World Series. But I forget the umpire's name now already. It might have been CB Buckner. I don't know, fucked us real hard. And then I paid $600 to watch the Astros just slap the Red Sox in my face. And I was one of the first people out of that stadium. It was game 6. It was like 4-0. Like I had literally nothing to cheer for the whole game. 2 outs. As soon as I see the ball hit off the bat, I turn around and I promptly walk out the building while like fucking 50,000 Astros fans are screaming their face off. I'm getting bumped as I walking out of the fucking stands and stuff. It was great.
Do the walk of shame. And
yeah, it was awesome. I have it on video too. It was great.
There you go.
By the way, I have a bonus future for you guys too, because I know you guys, might be covering Baseball World Classic stuff. Cheap plug, say hey plays, go watch it up.
I definitely want to cap that.
You've probably heard me say this then.
Japan.
The 2 squads, and I'm again biased fuck
and
here.
Venezuela.
Japan, I think Japan every day I feel better and better about that future. I'll be honest. And I put $100 on it with my fucking local. Like I never put $100 on futures. Like I'm a pussy $25 capper. I'm fucking 2-3 years out of college. I'm not betting $100 like Jimmy the Bag is every day. So I put $100 on it and I was like, I just feel great about this. And the DR losing players, the US's lack of pitching, like I just feel a lot better of it. And of course, I mean, my favorite player in baseball, the $500 million man, as I'm going to call him, Ohtani is there. It's going to be great. So Japan to win the World Baseball Classics, like 320, 300-ish right now. Could have got better odds. Whatever. The other one, Venezuela. I'm from Venezuela, and I've been saying this is the best Baseball World Classic team we've had. I will be at all of their games basically in Miami. I'm going to cry real tears during the national anthem, March 11th.
Like Sirianni.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, 100%. No, I'm going to cry right now thinking about it, guys. The first game against the Dominican Republic, Sandy Alcantara versus whoever the Venezuela throws. When the national anthems play, I'm going to be in the stands by myself too. I'm going by myself, fucking crying. I'll be crying my eyes out because of how emotional it is. The best team we've ever had. Our pitching is loaded, and it's not even loaded with just like relievers. We have a lot of starters too, and we're just going to piggyback them. So it's going to be great. It'll be like Luis Garcia and Jesus Luzardo for 3 innings each, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. Who the fuck knows from there? We've got Jose Alvarado. Shout out to the Phillies. So I guess he's closing for us. I don't know, but nice. I just really think it's like plus like 1,500 right now, plus like maybe 10,000-ish around there. I don't know what it is, but I just really think the Venezuela is just a great futures bet here, especially if they win the group. If they win the group, then they'll play like the second place of the US's group. So probably Mexico would be my guess. And if they don't, then I don't think I'm going to be there. I might end up saying fuck it and extending my flights. I will have the most important baseball game of my life, Venezuela versus the US. And I'm not mentally prepared for that. So in summary, Japan and Venezuela, and bet Korea in game 1 against Australia too, because that's a must win game for them too. So there are your 3 bets there. Korea against Australia, must win for them, and then Japan and Venezuela.
Yeah, you can get Japan right now at plus $3 over on Bovada, and Venezuela you can get for 12-1 over on Bovada. So I was looking at Japan, and I know the lack of pitching for the United States, but I was looking at the United States as well, just because I saw their lineup, and I think their offense is going to be able to score runs. Definitely, I'm going to be looking at United States overs. Because definitely having Kyle Freeland as one of your pitchers is scary as fuck. I'm not going to lie.
Game 1, you got Adam Wainwright.
And I'm not somebody who bets the USA in almost anything. Like, I bet against them in when the Olympic hockey and stuff like that. Like, I bet against them in a bunch of different things. But I think the United States is going to be able to score some runs. Not saying they're going to win the whole thing, but they are the defending champions. I have no interest in the Dominican Republic as the favorite. I'd never have interest in any favorites to begin with.
Can't do it.
But Japan is one, and if I was looking to take a long shot, it would probably have been towards Puerto Rico. Is one I would have probably taken a look towards. But
Italy.
Other than that, Italy? You want Italy? You want Matt Harvey in Italy?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Matt Harvey out there towing the slab. You want a little Team Israel? How about Dean Kramer? Dean Kramer? Huh?
Oh, I love Kramer.
121
degrees. Sure. So no, I when I'm going in Miami, I have a ticket pack for Team Nicaragua. So I'm going to all their games too. I'm gonna be the biggest Nicaragua guy out there. I can't wait.
Nice.
Wow.
250 to 1 Nicaragua. Let's run it.
Can't wait. I just want to win one. Get one in your bag, Nicaragua. Come on.
All right. But yeah, that's gonna just about wrap up the Red Sox show. We want to thank you, Jose, for joining us for this one. We're trying to find fans for all teams. So if you guys out there want to come on and talk about your favorite team, send us a DM.
Are you guys going to ask me back for the Pirates?
Oh, absolutely. You got to raise it here.
You guys know I love my Pirates this year. Unfortunately,
of course.
They might be an under team this year because they don't get to feast on their shitty division anymore. I don't know, but yeah, my Pirates, come on.
Well, absolutely. You can definitely come back. That'll be in a couple weeks as we're finishing up the American League East tomorrow. Then we got the Central and then the West. And then we're flipping it with the National League. We're starting with the National League West, going to the Central, and finishing with the East because we're finishing with the Mets because of reasons. Yeah, we will definitely invite you back for the Pirates. Right? Yeah, any other teams you want to do as well, just let us know.
I'll do the Mets too. I love the Mets, obviously. No, I hope you guys fall down and lose so bad. But we are cousins, though. I will admit, Mets and Red Sox fans, we
share in our hatred of fuck the Yankees.
Yeah, it's a sibling ship. I know. I'm still bitter about Mookie Wilson and fucking Bill Buckner and all that. Yet. Yeah, I wasn't either. I'm just a bitter Barry. I see those highlights. I'm like, damn, Bill, you really fumbled that bag, huh? And obviously they had a great documentary. Shout out to Dwight Gooden and all that. But yeah, I'm excited to watch this.
All right. Anything you want to say before we head on out for this one?
Yeah, I guess just follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquet. That would be great. And subscribe to Pub Sports Radio too. That'd be also cool. And like you guys mentioned, I have a baseball show. I don't know how daily it's going to be. I think it's going to be every day except for Thursdays. So fuck Thursdays, I guess. I don't know. Basically every day because it is. Hey, hand up. It's hard to do a show every single day, especially right in the middle of the day. And all that good stuff. So it'll be most every day on Pub Sports Radio. I guess you guys decided it'll be at 5:00. So thank you for that.
No, I remember that last year it was 5:00.
Yeah, I don't remember honestly. I think we actually did have it like scheduled for 5:00. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'll be there, and then of course I'll be doing Baseball World Classic stuff too. So and I'll be in Miami if you want to come say hello. I don't like talking to strangers honestly, but just come say hi.
Appreciate it. But that's going to just about wrap it up for this one. Thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow, anywhere from between 10 and 11 a.m. for Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. And then tomorrow around 7, 8-ish, we're going to be doing the Baltimore Orioles. So that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys as always for watching, and good luck with everything tonight.